What's going on? This is post UFC 312, and I think we could all agree on one thing about UFC 312. Weili looked great. Not just great like, oh, you did a great job, or oh wow, you're really great at this. No, I mean she's probably one of the greats. Probably top 3 women fighter of all time. And so now I really think it's time to talk about where she is at in the top 3 rankings. So she's already put out a dominant statement in her division that she's not going to be beat. And that's why I really think, the greats are made of. Volkanovski was that. Usman was that. Israel Adesanya. John Jones. Like, where they clear out the division and they just make it known that they're not going to be beat anytime soon. What does that mean for Weili? I'll say it's going to be a real hot take. I have Weili above Amanda Nunes. And I'm not saying that if Amanda Nunes and Weili both fight in their respective weight classes, both in their prime, right now, that I believe Weili would beat the shit out of Amanda Nunes. Because no, if they fight the 2 different weight classes, yeah, Amanda Nunes is going to knock her out in less than a minute probably. But that is why we have weight classes. And making the argument that Amanda Nunes would beat the shit out of her does not make her a better fighter than Weili. No, because you could use that argument to say that Alex Pereira is higher on the GOAT list than Mighty Mouse. And yes, I understand Amanda Nunes is a double champ and Weili is not. But same argument for Pereira versus Mighty Mouse. Are we really going to say that Pereira is a more skilled fighter than Mighty Mouse just because of the belts? There's an argument that the lower the weight class there is, the more difficult it is. So I don't want you guys to get that misconstrued saying that weight classes don't matter for the pound for pound list, because I do believe they matter. And yes, I will give Nunes her props. She is great. I mean, that's why we're even having this discussion right now. She's one of the greats, top 3. And yes, she was dominant in her division. Yes, she cleared it out. But skill-wise, I'm talking, I do believe she was more so of a one-trick pony. Yes, I know she's a black belt. Yes, I know that she had great boxing skill, but I believe that she really just relied on her strength and size, and that's why she made it so far. I mean, if you're even looking at her opponents, can you argue that any of them were as strong as her? And that's why I believe, weight classes really do matter, because she would never be able to even move down a weight class without giving up that strength. But Weili is just so well-rounded. I mean, her grappling. I mean, did you see what she did to Tatiana? Tatiana, who is a wrestler, who was said to dominate, who Weili was an underdog against. First off, do you know how crazy it is for Weili to be an underdog against somebody? But then also, Weili to be an underdog while she is the reigning champ. But also, for Weili to be an underdog against somebody who has had such a long layoff in the past years. And as Joe Sutton says, you're only as good as your last fight. And Weili, her last performance against Tatiana, I mean, she looked incredible. She was able to defend 14 out of the 15 takedowns, and then even tie her with the amount of takedowns that was done in that fight. But then to also get over, 10 minutes of control time in a 25-minute fight? It's supposed to be a striker versus wrestler. That's what was said about that fight. But she dominated. I mean, yeah, she lost the first round, but she had to give that up to get that read and intel. The next 4, man, I mean, she looks incredible. And then if you go to the fight before that, where she fought Jan, I mean, have you ever heard of a fight where in one singular fight, you basically submitted her, you basically knocked her out, and then you go on to win by decision? How do you win in that 3 different brackets in one fight? I guarantee you can't name another fighter that's done that. And I will say this about the weight class. Say they got a genie, give them a special wish that they were in the same weight class, same size, everything. Both healthy, Amanda Nunes and Weili I'm talking about. And they were both in their prime. And they were to clash and fight. Oh, I don't think Amanda Nunes even has a chance. I really don't. And so that is why Weili is in the top 3. And I will say I have Weili above Amanda Nunes. Right behind Valentina Shevchenko. And I do believe that Valentina Shevchenko will show why she should get the respect of the number 1 slot in the next fight.